This is a legendary 1974 Kawasaki Z1 900 that we've been recommissioning for the last few months. In the previous episodes, we tore the bike down, laced up new wheels, rebuilt important systems, and after lots of cleaning and polishing, we had this bike looking great. We left off with a teaser of a brand new exhaust system, so that's where this video will pick up. In this episode, we're going to finish up this project and finally get to see this bike in all of its glory. Let's do a little unboxing here. These parts are really going to help this bike be elevated to a much greater level, or higher level. This is going to look really nice on there. Ooh, these are nice. I don't know if we're allowed to have things this nice. This feels wrong. That looks good.
Nicest exhaust pipe I've ever seen.
I know. This thing just got a whole lot nicer.
Oh man. What they were doing when they designed that exhaust.
See your reflection.
Oh, they're labeled.
Oh,
How about that?
I'm not nervous, you're nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
First, you got to remove the header condom.
Okay, after lots of work, this thing is ready for the first start. So, we have a laundry list of things that we're going to be considerate of whenever we do this job. So, let me kind of take you through our standard procedure and then maybe some special things that are associated with this particular bike. All right, so obviously we have not heard this bike run. We have done compression checks on it. It has spark and, we're really confident in it. Now, we have not touched any of the gaskets on the engine or anything like that. What we want to do is get this thing warmed up. We'll heat cycle it a few times, and we're actually going to be expecting some leaks to occur. So we do have a full gasket set for it. We'll replace what's needed. And like I said, that is expected. So we have new oil in it, but we will change the oil after it has run for a little bit. Like I said, we're going to heat cycle it a few times. As far as the pipes are concerned, what do you think about that?
Considering that they are brand new pipes, any form of oil or contamination on them could get imprinted into them upon the startup and getting heat into them.
Yeah, so, like fingerprints and stuff.
Right. So we're gonna get some acetone and a rag and wipe it down and make sure there's no residual oil left on them.
Yeah, because that would really suck to stain those. And on that topic, so I'm actually gonna, I have a base setting on the mixture for these carbs. I'm actually going to fatten it up maybe like a half a turn, because if it's too lean, you run the risk of bluing the pipes. We don't want that. You wanna check out my Triumph over here. Now it would look a little bit like that. That's what we don't want. So that bike's maybe a little bit lean. That's also maybe a thinner aftermarket pipe. Not a direct comparison, but you get the idea.
And one other thing that we really need to do before we go and fire this thing up is we're gonna go ahead and pull the plugs out and roll the engine over a few times and build up some oil pressure, because this thing's been sitting for who knows how long, and things are gonna be dry up there, and we don't wanna fire it up on, with no lubrication up top.
Yeah, and especially under compression. So we can watch the oil light here. So once that goes out, we know that it's actually built some pressure, which would be great. And then dank nooners. Burnouts, dank nooners. So this thing is really, really close. But let's go ahead and get it outside and fire it up. Ooh, that was a good turn.
Thank you.
It's calculated. All right, so we got the canopy set up here. You're gonna have some shadows. You guys can deal with it. It is a gorgeous day. There's like a sky up there and stuff. So, yeah, excited. All right. Go ahead and do it. Nope. It's already out.
Yep.
Go for it.
Pressure.
Pressure. Under pressure. Go ahead and crank it a little bit more. Okay, let's hook up some fuel, put some plugs back in it, and light it off. All right, let's do it.
Let's.
Well, we gotta turn the fuel on first.
You don't need fuel.
Wonder if we'll have some leaks. I do not have any overflow tubes on here, but a leak after a fresh carb rebuild is nothing out of the ordinary. You usually just tap the side of the bowl with the plastic end of a screwdriver to good. But I think we're set today. All right. So now we're gonna do the enrichener.
Oh, hey.
I thought it was automatic.
Bluetooth.
Bluetooth. Okay. Pass only off. That easy. Okay. We haven't even touched the throttle. Look at that.
Idles.
Oh, it's a license plate. So as we get the bike going here, there's a couple things I want to point out. So of course, the first time you get something running, there's going to be some pops and backfires and like little hesitations and things like that. That's totally normal, especially if it's something that's been sitting for a while. The other thing you're going to notice if you listen carefully is a bit of a metallic noise that is a little alarming on camera and stuff, but we were really cautious whenever we got this thing going. We were listening as close as we could to maybe where that sound was coming from. We do end up figuring it out, and it's really interesting, so you guys will see that here shortly in the video. Standing right in front of you guys, I'm sorry. Bring a can of starting fluid out here.
You're confident.
It kind of sounds like it's on 3.
Yeah, it does.
Seth is looking at the temperature of each pipe with the laser and comparing it across the board to see if one's cold or one's hot. Comfort's like a 2 out of 10. Now, as we get this bike going and we start cruising around the parking lot, you can hear the performance is just not there. It was really down on power. It wasn't running correctly at all, given, you know, the work that we did to it. Something wasn't right. And that will be revealed later in the video too. So just keep watching, but before you guys type in your comments and stuff and tell me all the things that we're doing wrong, just know that, you know, we're on top of it. Okay, the Z has been heat cycled a couple times now. So overall running pretty good for out of the box. Seth did find that the points were a little bit out of whack, so you said that the advancer was maybe just like a little gummy?
It was pretty sticky. The oil seal behind it's leaking as well, which I'm sure was causing a little extra resistance. So
yeah, so it's cleaned up, working as it should. Timing is set, static and dynamic now, and it is sounding smoother. So we still have a little bit of a metallic noise coming from like, I don't know, like right about here. So sounds like the clutch basket to me. It doesn't sound like it would be lower end as far as like rod bearing or anything like that. So we're gonna drain the oil anyway, and now's the time to go ahead and pull the covers off and start regasketing this thing. So we'll hopefully find something that's easy and obvious.
that would be nice.
Burning hand in 3, 2, 1. Ouch. Wow, that's so clean. Oh, settle down now. There we go. It's a little gassy. Not bad. It looks, I mean, it's super clear. It looks good.
87 mixed with 1040, about a 2001 vintage.
It's becoming the thing. Seth's like, the oil taste tester,
Kind of super.
So we're gonna pull the clutch cover, and then also this whole points housing this whole thing. So this is new to us for Kawasaki's, but this should allow us to get some more access visually behind that. So just general maintenance stuff. We have all the gaskets. We're just gonna go ahead and do them. There it is. So we're also testing out various pads. These come from Pigmat. So we've used their stuff just generally around the shop. And so we've been looking for, they sent us a couple products here to try out different things. So one of them we're trying to use in the ultrasonic cleaner to keep it clean. And then we're just kind of trying these pads everywhere we can. So seeing how they absorb. This is actually a pool skimmer one. Some are for oil only, and then some are like, any liquid. Verclean.
This little wear pattern on the case.
Figured it out. All right, what'd you find?
Well, I looked, and this is what I saw first. There's that friction sticking out of the basket right there. And it'll be kind of hard to see, but it was making contact with the case right in here.
Yeah, it's gonna be impossible to see once we get this off. Like, I'll get a better shot.
Like you can see, there's one of those tabs there. You can see where it's been hitting it.
Yeah. So that is awesome. Old flathead screwdriver to the ear. Just like, sounds like it's coming from right here.
And there it was.
There it was. I know why you figured this out so fast.
How's that?
Filled up with donuts.
I'm running on donut power.
Donut power. That is weird. It's like it had to have like ripped the tab off that one friction. Ripped the tabs off somehow.
Yeah, I wonder if there's any in the oil pan.
Yeah. Ooh. Ooh, a little bit more goop. That's okay.
The frictions up here don't look awful. Steels look good. Oh, there's a little funkiness. Almost looks like someone had sanded the steels at one point.
I mean, I would never have done anything like that ever before. No. That's just not how you work on old bikes, Not allowed. They'll explode, actually. That's gonna be, man, how's it gonna even get past this?
I am not sure. Nothing yet. Oh, something yet.
I was gonna say, I saw this one, it looked like it had made contact somewhere. That ain't good. It's always so nice actually finding a problem.
Yeah, a solid solution. She exploded.
Okay. It's a multi-piece clutch.
Yeah.
What's that thing?
It's a racing clutch, actually.
Dang.
That's blowed up.
You know, the clutch felt really good.
It felt really good for being in multiple pieces.
Yeah, this clutch felt totally normal, if not really good above normal. Okay, you can see where it's tapping right there. Just enough to make a noise. You can see on the pieces of the clutch here. So it's contacting on that outer corner. Just enough. So also have some upgraded springs. Yes. But cleaned up, we happen to have a brand new clutch for it. Parts Ward provides, as always. And so this is getting ready to go back together. So riding the bike, this thing was so down on power. It just didn't act like how it should. I mean, this is like a 900cc bike with a reputation of being a powerhouse, and it absolutely could not get out of its own way. This thing was just dead slow. So we really were struggling to figure this one out. We looked at the timing and made some adjustments there. We were double checking, all of our ignition components. We know we had good fuel delivery. We know we had good fuel. The carbs were clean. I was confident in those. So this one was really throwing us for a loop. And it turns out that it was the new air filter that we had put in it was just so restrictive. So we actually built a little test rig that I'm going to show you guys now. That's going to demonstrate the restrictiveness of this filter compared to others that we have, and it turned out to be just an interesting find. I'm glad we went down this path, and as soon as we swapped in the old filter, bike ran phenomenally. All right, on the table we have a science experiment going full Doc Brown on this thing. So obviously the Kawasaki was running terrible. The bike just would not perform as we expected. So with checking timing and fuel delivery and all that stuff, we're kind of left to wonder if it was air. So while we were working on the bike, we're trying to tune it. It seemed to like being leaner, but then at the same time it would like lean hang. So very strange symptoms. So out of desperation, I pulled the air filter out and the bike ran way better. So we took the filter that was originally in it, which is an old K&N, cleaned it, oiled it, and the bike runs fantastic. So got me thinking, I wonder how restrictive this filter is. So we made this cool rig here, just some scrap stuff that we had laying around, just some pieces of plastic. This is a like an airbox manifold for a GL 650. This is a basically like an airflow meter for synchronizing carbs and like Volkswagens and stuff. So that kind of fits in there. We step this down to another piece. And then this is what we set the filters on. Sandwich it in there. So as we draw air through the filter, the restriction that the filter has will change the amount of vacuum being pulled through this, device over here. So it's kind of crude, but it seems to work. Probably more specific ways we can gather data, but this is a quick test, a quick visual confirmation that we have either restriction or better flow with whatever we're doing. So I'm gonna go ahead and power this thing on. We'll put some filters on it and I'll show you the difference. So if you come over here, settles around 6.5, and then as we put restriction on this side, it changes. So from 6.5 to about 8.5, so 2 points. Okay, and then half a point. So as another example, these are two CB750 filters. This one is just an old one from a bike that's been stored indoors. This one came out of our Iowa bike that was sitting in a barn, and this is just covered in dust. So to show you the difference here in the restriction. One point. Yeah. 3.5 points. So as an example, this one came from a Radian. Half a point at the most. So going back to this, that seems like a restrictive filter as compared to other things. So this thing kind of loads up. Obviously I'm lugging this thing, but it needs to be able to ride like this. All right, I'm gonna swap this filter out. If you're wondering what that noise is, the SV. Is that an air filter in your fanny pack, or you just happy to see me? That's an air filter.
It's a new one for me.
You don't carry an air filter in your fanny pack?
I forgot mine today.
Oh. You just get right back in there. I'm not saying you couldn't tune it out of it, but we did try, and it was just running like crap. I can't get it to duplicate that. I think it was just like had really fouled some plugs, even though we tried cleaning them. And then it finally built enough heat to just light them off. Yeah, it's been strange. I'm telling you, like, we really had some trouble with the stock filter. And it's running decent right now. It could run so much better, though. And it's about to run so much better with this filter. So anyway, let's get to it. Whoop. I can tell you right now, it just feels faster at much less throttle. So much smoother on and off the throttle. Runs so much better. So this has been such a wonderful project for us. Really honored to be able to work on such a cool, iconic bike and get some experience with one. So we definitely had a good time with this one. You know, we had some fun learning, and then also just bringing this thing up to the level that it's at now. And of course, it being tied to somebody's memory is even more special. So we love projects like this, and we're very grateful to do them. I hope you all enjoyed this 4-part series of reviving a legendary motorcycle. I know we definitely enjoyed the process and are really happy to see this bike going down the road. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss other videos like this one, and check the links in the description for even more. I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.